Alright, so I'm going to be talking about how to buy and sell Supreme. I'm just going to be going over kind of what I use and the techniques and everything like that, like all my resources that I have available to um, kind of get ahead on the drops and whatnot. You're going to want to get some type of autofill, and you can do that by going to the Chrome store if you're using Chrome, or you're just going to want to get some type of extension, and I'll leave a link for the one that I use. And once you get that, you're going to want to go to Supreme and set up the details in the your shopping cart area. An alternative to using autofill would be to use a bot, and I don't really have any knowledge on bots. I've never used it. I know they cost money, so you have to kind of weigh if it's worth it to spend money to get a bot or not. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about information on the drop, where you'll be able to find what's dropping and whatnot. So on Twitter, I follow Drops by Jay, and every Sunday, well, it's not, sometimes he's a little off, and this isn't like exact, but this is how the schedule usually goes. So every Sunday, he's going to release the collaboration for the week if there's one, and then every Tuesday, he's going to release what's dropping, like from Supreme itself, and then every Wednesday he's going to release the price list. So that's kind of how I know ahead of time what's going to be coming out. So the second thing I use is called Supreme Community, and I'll put a link for this also in the description. So Supreme Community just shows the items that are dropping, and then it also has the prices for it once the information comes out, which is nice because it just gives you a better visualization. And yeah, it's just kind of all in one spot. You could get by with just using either Drops by Jay or else Supreme Community, but I like to use both just because some are better at what they do and whatnot. So they just updated the Supreme Community website also, so now you're able to vote on the pieces, and you can actually see the statistics from what everybody else likes. So you'll be able to see what the most hyped pieces will most likely be, and that can kind of give you, or kind of gauge your idea of what you should be going for, maybe if you don't really know what you want to buy to resell, or maybe you're trying to avoid stuff that'll sell out really fast because you're not good at buying fast. So it kind of just gives you an idea of how fast everything's going to sell out. And then they actually have sellout times too on their website, so just a lot of information there that's really useful, which is why I like the site. Alright, so now we're going to talk about, you have everything set and the drop's going to happen. What do you do? So you want to go to the Supreme site, and you'll scroll down to the bottom of the kind of like main page where it has the scrollable previews of every item, and you'll click on View All. So once you get there, you're going to want to select the category that the item that you're planning on buying is going to be in. So say you wanted a t-shirt, you select the t-shirt category. And then for about a minute before the drop happens, which for me happens to be 10 a.m., so like 9:59, I'm going to start refreshing the page. And I'm going to keep refreshing the page until it hits that time. And then all the new items from the drop are going to be there. And you'll try to find the one that you want. And then since you have your autofill, all you have to do is add it to your cart. And then you're going to have to check the box. I'm not sure what it says, but it's some like disclaimer or whatever, green stuff. So you can check that, and then you can buy it. So it's realistically, it's like 4 clicks or whatever, and then you have it bought with the autofill. So that kind of speeds it up and helps everything like that. Once you have the item, if you plan on reselling it, you're going to want to list it. Realistically, you're going to want to list it as fast as you can, because people miss out on it and they're like, I want it now. So you're going to want to go to wherever you're selling it. I kind of see there being 3 options to sell your items on. One is eBay. The next one would be Grailed, which is kind of like eBay but just for fashion clothes, or just for fashion items, I guess, because they have accessories and whatnot too. And then lastly would be like Twitter or Instagram. There are certain pages that allow you to post your item there. They'll promote it for you, but they also do take a percentage of your profit. I'm not sure about the percentage for stuff like that, but I do know that Grailed and eBay both take about 6% of your profit. And then since they use PayPal, PayPal is also going to take another 3% of your profit. So you're losing almost 10% of your profit. It's going to be around 9. I'm not sure if it's 9 exactly, but it's going to be somewhere around there. It might be like 9 point something. But you can just look at, like, realistically, you're going to lose around 9% of your profit to whoever you're selling your item through. When it comes to actually selling the item, you want to post it almost immediately after you buy it, I would say. You obviously don't want to do the average price of what you're seeing unless you have like a certain number or a figure that you need for the item. You probably want to go a little bit lower than the average of what you're seeing if you want to move it fast. Because those ones with the average number are going to be the ones that stick around. Because all the lower priced items are going to sell right away, obviously. So that's kind of a way if you want to move it really fast. But if you don't really care, just kind of go for a price that you want. And if you're not moving it after like a week or two, you can lower it, or you can just sell it how you want. But if you want to move it fast, you're going to want to go a little bit cheaper than everybody else. Also, I'm going to talk pricing before the prices even come out on Wednesdays, like I was saying. Every type of clothing has kind of a given value that it's going to be. Like the seasonal tees are usually $34 for a t-shirt, $44 for a long sleeve. But then if you get like not a seasonal tee that's a long sleeve, it's going to usually be $88. Sweatshirts are $148, or that's sweaters. Sweatshirts are $158. And then like hats are usually like $44 or $34 or something like that. You can find all this information, but yeah, you can usually kind of guess where an item is going to be around for the price range, as long as it's not like just some weird accessory or something like that that hasn't really been sold before. So lastly, I'm going to talk about restocks, which are if you miss the initial drop and everything sells out, there's a very small chance that you can get the item that you want on a restock. So basically this is just, like how it sounds, they're restocking the item. They're only restocking like maybe a handful at a time. So they're only going to put like 5 more shirts like available or something like that. Maybe they only put 1. That's what it seems like, because yeah, so the restock, you need to know that the restock is happening like when it happens and be right there if you want to buy it. And there are a couple ways to know or get notifications when they do restocks. I think Supreme Community does have a page that posts restocks. Apart from that though, there are some Twitter pages that do restock information. I've gotten 1 shirt off a restock and I was actually able to resell it. But yeah, there's, restocking, you don't get much choice. With all this information, you'll be able to do it. You're probably going to miss a couple drops, or you will miss quite a few drops. It just happens. But I mean, if you really want to eliminate that, you can go and get bots. But then, like I said, you're paying, so you're going to lose even more money out of your profits if you're reselling. But yeah, I think I covered pretty much everything. If you guys have any questions or issues with anything, leave a comment below, and I'll try to get back to you and let you guys know a good solution for it. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys are able to get stuff, and good luck.